Supermicro Computer at risk of being delisted from the Nasdaq. The company has until tomorrow to submit a plan to regain compliance after delaying the filing of its financial statements. Now, this follows Supermicro's auditor Ernst Young resigning in October, citing an unwillingness to be associated with the company's financial statements. Joining us now, we want to bring in Sylvia Jablonski, Defiance ETFs CEO and Chief Investment Officer. Sylvia, it's great to have you on back on the program. I know last time we spoke, you talked about the fact that maybe it was a buying opportunity here for Supermicro. Obviously, we're in a bit of a different position here today. What should investors, or how are you thinking about this heading into the weekend?
Yeah, good morning and great to be here with you today. Like everyone else, I'm on the edge of my seat. I would like to see if they come in and do their filing on time. I think if they do this, the stock has the potential to surge, at least in the near term, for the sake of just like actually submitting it on time. But the longer term picture here, that's a huge risk. I mean, what I would say is we kind of have to wait and see, right? If you hold a lot of Supermicro, you might kind of sit on your hands and see what happens here. I wouldn't say that buying is necessary ahead of the filing of the report. They've been in this position before, right? And they seem to have these issues with their reporting. So it's kind of difficult to know what's going on. If you look at the numbers that they represent and present, the stock is up over 200% last year, 87% the year before. Revenues are doubling and tripling, every other year that they report earnings. They have customers like NVIDIA. Everything sounds really good. They're in the right place at the right time with the right product and the right ecosystem that they provide to. But it's just all about these reports. Is it negligence or is it fraud? And I think that, that's what the market needs to hear before the stock will resume, going one way or the other.
Sylvia, everything that you just laid out sounds like it's too good to be true. And so that is what is at stake here, is that what they had put out into the market and what had driven some of those larger legs higher may not have been true. What can the company possibly say here that should change any investor's mind about how the research has shown that there is some type of fraudulent activity that may have been taking place?
Well, there's actually, to my knowledge anyway, there's no proof, right? There's been a lot of kind of suspicion and accusation and things like this, but then there's also not been proof from Supermicro against the allegations. So it's hard to really, kind of judge this one until we see what happens. I mean, it is like if you look at the number, I see your point, like we're talking about a company that could have fraudulent information and we're looking at their numbers and saying how exciting they are. But if you, again, like think about what they do and what's happened in AI and who their customers are, you're talking about Alphabet, Amazon, NVIDIA, it is plausible that they would have had these, massive revenues that they've reported. It's just like, what aren't we seeing, right? What's going on under the covers? And I think that, if they don't have an auditor and if they don't make that deadline, then we're kind of in trouble for the near term. At least it's going to go to the pink sheets and we'll see what happens. But either way, if there's a valid business model somewhere behind all of this, you think about leadership getting changed out, you think about new auditors coming in, new accountants coming in. It's not like the company is certainly poised to go away. We just have to figure out what's going on here.